orgasm when I was 3 years old. My mother gave it to me. It's actually a lot more innocent and pure than it sounds. I had my first orgasm when I was 3 years old while lying on my bed listening to my mother select an outfit for me. The sound of the clicking clothes hangers sent a wave of chills from the crown of my head, shooting down my scalp and neck. It felt good, and all I had to do was lie there. Perhaps you think I'm deranged or perverted or both, but the physical sensation I'm referring to has a name: autonomous sensory meridian response, or for short, ASMR. If you don't believe me, Google it. Wikipedia describes ASMR as a claimed biological phenomenon characterized as a distinct pleasurable tingling sensation often felt in the head, scalp, or peripheral regions of the body in response to various stimuli. Throughout middle school, I beckoned my mother to pick out some clothes for me to wear to school the next day. "Mommy, will you come pick out my clothes?" I screamed while sprawled across my comforter, head poised on my pillow so the fabric would enhance and even prolong my braingasm, a position that took years to perfect. While the clothes hangers clanked, I squirmed across my comforter as though I were being eaten out by Curly McIntosh, the most popular boy in the 8th grade. My mother correctly assumed that a vast wardrobe brought me bliss, but didn't realize that by clinking together my clothes hangers, she helped me achieve mental rapture. I was like the Virgin Mary, but got a better deal. For Mary, it was all wham bam, thank you ma'am, now birth the Son of God. But God offered me advanced sensory genes so I could remain a virgin as long as possible and wallow in the gluttonous euphoria of sound. You might be blessed with ASMR and not even know it. So for your convenience, I'm going to perform a series of tests. If your brain tingles during any of these tests, you can safely conclude you are biologically enhanced with ASMR. Are you ready for test number 1? If your noggin tingles while I bang together these clothes hangers, you have ASMR. Do you hear that? Yeah. Another big ASMR trigger for me is twisting highlighter caps. Even when confronted with unsavory situations involving highlighters, I can't help but lose myself in the ecstasy of ASMR. The most vivid example that comes to mind is the Sunday school class I attended during middle school, that awful era in which girls experience nascent identity crises brought on by puberty and spontaneously moistening panties. Everybody open ye Bibles to Proverbs chapter 23, verse 21. My teacher, Mrs. Nix, instructed, and I quote, "Be not among drunkards or among gluttonous eaters of meat, for the drunkard and the glutton will come to poverty, and slumber will clothe them with rags." Mrs. Nix highlighted the terms drunkards and gluttonous on a pre-populated list on her poster board, prompting a series of fireworks to shoot down my neck. I felt guilty for having a braingasm in the Lord's house, but quickly gave in, rolling my head around in glory. "Miss Bobbin, are you sleeping during Sunday school?" Mrs. Nix accused me. "Oh, God," I moaned. "Miss Bobbin!" Mrs. Nix jolted me back to consciousness. "Oh, God, praise God!" I shouted. This brings me to test number 2. If your occipital lobe quivers while I twist this highlighter cap, you have ASMR. Do you feel what I feel? Until recently, I thought that I alone enjoyed ASMR powers. When I mentioned it to my family and friends, they usually responded with confusion or disgust. But a few weeks ago at a pancake party, my friend Elsa casually mentioned ASMR, and as an example, played a YouTube video of crunching ramen noodles on her phone. A Japanese woman with 2-inch bedazzled nails scooted a pouch of chicken ramen noodles on the screen and suggestively ran her index finger across the periphery of the package. All of the party guests continued throwing back mimosas and slathering their faces with Aunt Jemima's syrup. I, however, flipped out and demanded that Elsa restart the video. Elsa and I retreated to the bedroom so we could hear the video and concentrate. This is where it gets really good, Elsa announced around the 2-minute mark. The Japanese woman presented a jumbo container of ramen noodles and shoved, poked, and tapped the box from various ends. Oh, yeah, Elsa sighed. I never had shared a braingasm with another person, but felt comfortable releasing my inhibitions with Elsa. I rested my pelvis on Elsa's hip, practically lying on top of her as the woman drummed a sequence of Japanese symbols screened above the nutrition facts. With every turn of the rhinestones on the woman's pinky nails, my scalp vibrated and exploded. I shamelessly splashed in an orgy of crunch, becoming a modern-day Caligula, except my ear canal served as my erotic orifice, not my asshole. Just as the woman began to tear open the package and bring Elsa and me to auditory climax, my husband walked in on us. What are you doing? He glared. Nothing! I leapt up. Just watching a YouTube video. You